So I'm just doing this with scrap plywood that I have kicking around, and I don't have nearly enough. But while cleaning out the basement, I found these really old Warhammer boards that are made from MDF. They have a few layers on them, some texture, and I was gonna take them to the dump, but I'm gonna see if I can just repurpose them. So my thought was that this side could just go up towards the joists and you'd see this side and I'd have essentially like clean MDF. The problem is that these boards are layered. There's like multiple layers of thinner MDF glued on it. And if I go to put it on the joists, those layers will make them not sit properly. They won't want to sit flat. So I got to remove it. But they're glued on. Basically, MDF to MDF glued is not gonna scrape off. I know how I'm gonna fix this, and it's gonna work, but it's not something I recommend you trying if you're not comfortable with the table saw. That's too dangerous. I can't show that on the internet. Yeah, I can't show that on YouTube. Let's just say that there is a way that you can use a table saw as kind of like a router, but it's sketchy and it's not something that should be attempted by mere mortals. It's also a very dusty procedure, but I got a trick for that. All right, be gone, dust. So I don't know about you, but I think there's something like beautifully almost poetic about old Warhammer tables being cut up and used to hold the lights for the new gaming studio. Okay, so there we go. If you look at these and say, hey, that's a lot of lights really close together. That's too much lights. And well, you're kind of right. These are almost comically tight in their spacing. Over here, that one to that one, which is in front of the laundry room door, is a more typical spacing. But since I am going to be doing a lot of filming in here, I want to have as much light as possible without additional studio lights. So I'm making like the house light excessive in the hopes that I don't need to use too much secondary lighting, and in the hopes that these lights don't cast very many shadows. They'll almost certainly be too bright just for hanging out in, but I already installed a dimmer on the main switch. So I'm hopeful everything will work out. But to actually get lights going, I need to drill a million holes and run a bunch of wire. Oh, look, that's them in nightlight mode, but let there be light. Okay, that took a while, but I got 16 of these lights installed. Oh, hi, Peppy. Where are you going, Peppy? Buddy, you scared? Peppy, come say hi. He's a little skittish. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of these lights installed, and it actually is really bright in here, but not as bright on camera as I thought. Regardless, I'm happy. Oh, I still gotta take down some of these old ones. So the reason I wanted to install these now is because I'm gonna paint all of the ceiling joists black, and all the wire that runs between these lights, as well as these things that I mounted them in, I want that to be painted black too, because I don't want to have like them stand out all ugly or whatever. So I actually want to have everything in the ceiling done and as cleaned up as possible before I spray it out. So it feels good to be finally making some progress on the real studio room. Long way to go, but you know, I'm feeling good about things. And again, I think it's so funny and cool that what's holding these light fixtures in place in the studio is some old cut up Warhammer tables. Doesn't get any more appropriate than that now, does it?